So, July last year, I spent 2 weeks free from the narrative that was running through my head all the time for as long as I can remember. And what that 2 weeks taught me is that the matrix is all in your head, not as in all in your head. You're crazy all in your head, as in it's disguised as external control, but it's possession of thought, cloaked in hesitation and interruption. Now, the narrative, I don't have an on running narrative as much these days, but it was the time I spent free from narrative that made me realize A, our thoughts aren't our thoughts, and B, that I can guarantee you that you are not going to know that's the thoughts in your head and not yours. Like, I can imagine you sitting there now going, I know what I'm thinking. And yes, you know what you're thinking, but it's not your thinking. And I promise you that you can swear black and blue that what you are thinking belongs to you, and you don't. And so I want you, you don't have to, but if you want to get out of the matrix, so there's something that, if you go to my profile, the 13th video that I posted, so scroll all the way to the bottom and then count up 13 videos, and you should see a video that looks like this. Alright, now before I go on, if you haven't watched all of, especially the last fucking episode of Stranger Things, then this is a spoiler alert. But before you flick away, only flick away if you plan on watching the fucking thing soon, because alright, if you haven't watched it and you don't want me to spoil it for you, I'm about to say something. Actually, I can probably do it a little bit more cryptically. Okay. When I was free from thought, and I'm going to add in 2 pages for you to look at, and basically it was information. Anyway, you'll get the picture. Alright. I'm glad I waited because I was... Shut up, Shannon. I need fucking humanity to understand that at the moment you are all Henry. Like, I don't know, it's not as in running around fucking stealing kids and powers and killing people, and I mean possessed. I mean that the thoughts and the actions that you do, even though you feel like they were your choices, they weren't your choices. It was just done. Fucking hell. Alright. So I'm going to put the 2 pages up, and I want you to just fucking zoom the screen to get rid of all the shit, and screen dump them, and zoom in on the photos, and just have a fucking look at some of the shit that I wrote there. Now, the stuff written there is stuff that my amazing friend and I worked out, came to the realizations of, whatever you want. And so there's so much more, but what I had to go through all of our message history. I did this a while ago, and get it onto the paper, because it's no good to anyone in the message thread. But I really, 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 really want you, and I know that Henry refused to believe that he was separate from the fucking, what's it called? Mind Flayer? No, whatever it is. Anyway, have a look at these pages, and of course, you're going to think that you're thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about, but as someone, like, you've got to remember I'm on the outside looking in, and I can see more than you can, and I know how hard it is to believe that you're not the one thinking what you're thinking. And anyway, let me put up the pages. I'll leave them there for whatever it is quickly, but just pause once the page comes up. I can promise you that the only thing that's stopping you from questioning your own thoughts is your pride, and you're not going to be able to see that. So you're just going to have to trust me on this one. Go and watch my 13th video, and fucking start challenging your thoughts, because they don't belong to you. They're not what you really want. You didn't make those choices. Like, alright, that'll do for now. But I just really would love everyone to see that you're not gonna know. Like, you're not until the thoughts that don't belong to you are not in your head. You will not. There's no way of knowing. Oh, fuck. Alright, I'm stopping there. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. But Stranger Things, like, is telling you something very important. Alright, love you all. Goodbye and good night and Avita say.